and knock on our door.
Wow, is it Wednesday again already? It's unbelievable. Same time, same place. Here we go. It is Wednesday, and it is time for Vibrant You. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks, Randy, and thank you, KLFD, for having us again. Welcome to another Vibrant You Live. I am Jane.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Nathan.
So last week was an interesting week. So we had a Vibrant You at Meeker Cooperative on Thursday, and if all of you guys remember, it was a lovely, nasty snowstorm. So
ice, wind, snow,
yes,
all of
it was absolutely horrible. But thank God for Minnesota people who
drivers.
who just keep going. We had a couple people out, and it was really great. Shane and I were actually conducting the class, and we learned something. It was great. So thank you for coming again. And we do have...
Yeah, I was going to say, for those that didn't make it, that were hoping to come, but then were held off from the weather, I talked to a couple people that couldn't quite do it last week with the weather. We do try to have the streaming classes usually about once a month. Our next one is April 19th. It's going to be at the Co-op here in Litchfield. So if you weren't able to come because of the weather last week, certainly Wednesday, April 19th, mark your calendars for that.
We usually have them on Thursdays, so we're trying to see if there's a different audience that would be interested in.
Yeah, we try to mix and match
Yep.
just because everybody's got different stuff on different days.
I thought you were going to bring leftover snacks.
No,
We did have leftovers.
And those were amazing, and we ate them the next day.
Yep.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Randy. Yep.
Shoot this out
you could
again.
have come,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should come. So then last Wednesday, we ended up talking about thestreamable.com, which is a great resource that we use a lot in our office. And in fact, while Shane and I were working with a couple of those people, we took the time to really just break down and look at the different tabs that has that streamable package. And it was awesome. And
Yeah, I used it myself over the weekend. My parents were in town, and somebody brought up the County Monte Cristo movie that we all enjoy. Like, is that on Netflix? Is that on Prime? Maybe we should watch it. So thestreamable.com, put in the County Monte Cristo, found out it was on Hulu, and we watched it. So
Great movie.
And I just got a phone call yesterday. A lady was looking for the Me
TV.
TV.
Yep.
So I pulled that up, and we were able to help her out with that too.
Figure out where it is, yeah.
It's great. So this week, we're actually going to be talking about common scams and how to avoid them.
Yeah, and we actually have a common scam that goes around at the Co-op and with Vibrant, where our members will get a call and they want urgent action because their electricity is going to get shut off or their internet's going to get shut off. So if you ever get a call like that and they're wanting you to take urgent action and pay
right now with me, yeah.
They always want you to do something right away because they just can't wait. So that's a scam, and that's something that happens on phone calls, emails, text messages. So if you ever have that, we have a few tips. The one thing is we just say hang up on that call, because you can call the office and we can actually take a look at the account, verify that that's actually accurate. We're never going to call you and have you make an immediate payment over the phone or pay with something like a gift card or a Target or Walmart card or a different form of payment. A lot of time they'll want a MoneyGram or like a Western Union payment. That's kind of a red flag if you ever hear that. So yeah, you can give us a call. We don't want to have that immediate action. We have to do it right away. So those are things to look for when you get those type of calls or emails. So if you think you've been scammed, you can give us a call. You can actually report it to the Federal Trade Commission or the FTC. That's one way a lot of people that have been scammed, they can report them and try to get those to stop happening to others.
Yeah, and it doesn't just happen to us. I've had my cell phone company theoretically call me saying, "Oh, my bill's past due. Make a payment right now over the phone with me." Or I had a friend, actually a family member, who was contacted by Apple. Supposedly, their Apple account was past due, and they needed to update their credit card information. And unfortunately, not knowing the wiser, they gave over the information, and then of course, they lost some money and stuff like that. So it's not just your utility provider; it could be your cell phone provider, it could be just about any company.
Right.
And the companies do call you to remind you to make payments. Typically, they're not going to ask you to pay over the phone right then when they call. Mm-hmm. It's always a good idea to hang up, call that company directly with the number that you have for them, or Google their number to get an accurate number. Because even then, the person that calls you will say, "Oh yeah, you can call back if you want. I'll give you the callback number,"
Right.
and that might not be the legitimate callback number.
we had, well, so my older daughter goes to University of Minnesota Duluth, and she had ordered something and used my credit card, and I didn't know about it, and so I looked at, yep, absolutely. And so I got a text message from that credit card and said, did you buy this, and can we approve it? And so I'm like, what the heck? So I sent a text message to Hannah, and she's like, yeah, that was me, sorry. Well, in the meantime, I was already panicked and on the phone and asking those security questions and everything. So long story short, when I had that person on the phone, I'm like, nope, you can go ahead and approve it. Yep, it was my daughter spending my money.
Yeah. It's always good to double check, especially like Bo mentioned, if you get an unexpected call and it's really demanding urgent action, like you got to do this right now, that's usually a red flag. And not only calls, but emails is one of the most popular ways for scams these days. So there's a lot of different ways that people can try to scan you via email. You may get an email saying, oh, you have a past due bill, click here to make your payment, or hey, your account's been compromised, click here to change your password or to verify your password. And so if you get an unexpected email that says something like that, some of that might be accurate. Maybe you are past due on a bill. Maybe your account has been compromised. But instead of clicking on any links to kind of address that need, it's a good idea to leave that email. You can go to that company's website or contact them directly to do whatever you need to do to check on it. Because one of the common things is you click a link or you click something that's going to ask you for your password or your banking information, and as soon as you enter that in, you didn't actually go to the right website. You went to these criminals' websites, and then they're going to have your information. So it's always a good idea to double check. I had one myself like a month or two ago. I got an email just from Hulu. I have a Hulu account. It said, "Oh, your Hulu account's been compromised. Click here to change your password." I noticed. I think that the sender or the email that it came from didn't look quite right. It was Hulu, but I think it was like misspelt or something.
So when you hovered over the link.
It's a tough one to misspell.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a common thing to see misspellings or the grammar. Sometimes the punctuation grammar just seems off.
Yeah, the logo coloring might be a little different or in a weird spot. That's
or Jane mentioned, if you can hover over a link, sometimes it'll show you kind of a preview of what that link looks like. And sometimes the link address or how it looks doesn't quite look right. So, we do these trainings at our office. If you have a business job somewhere, maybe you do them as well, because a lot of companies now have people do trainings once a month, once a quarter to but the big thing is really just to stop and think when you get an unexpected email or text or call. Stop, think about it. Don't take immediate action without thinking twice.
We're laughing at Nathan because that's the motto of the
company that helps train us.
Stop and think
before you click.
Yep. So good job, Nathan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ingrained in him.
Exactly. We've done enough of those trainings where it definitely helps. But you see on the news almost every day that this company's been compromised. They have thousands of people's information got out. This company got hacked. This company got ransomed. Where their information got ransomed by a criminal. So it happens. Small companies, big companies, personal people. At home, it's all over, unfortunately. And not all of it's fraudulent, but it just take a second to really think about it before you click on something.
Yes. One of the other opportunities for scamming is really coming out that's new. It's the artificial intelligence. And Nathan, you know a lot about this, so go.
Yeah, I mean, this AI, artificial intelligence, is becoming more and more popular. There are programs now. One of the most popular ones is called ChatGPT, and what it is it's a program you can use, and you can ask it to tell you a joke, and it'll literally come up with an original joke, or you can ask it to write you a song, and it'll write you a long song. There's a lot of cool kind of fun stuff you can do with it, but now people are using that towards scams as well. So if you get a notification saying, click this to play with the AI or the ChatGPT or whatever, that can be a red flag. And a lot of that, unfortunately, the criminals, they're using modern technology, modern buzzwords that we're all using and talking about because they know that's what people are interested in, what people are curious about, and that's how they're using it. So if you see some of that stuff, like I said, think before you click kind of thing.
Yep. So back up a second. So if I wanted to go on that chat, what was it? GPT. Yep. Is that just a website?
I haven't played around with it a bunch myself. I think there is a website. I think some versions you can pay for. Some versions are actually free. Some of them are beta testing, so they're kind of new and some of that. But it's pretty cool technology. I've watched videos of people using it. I know Shane, our marketing manager, he's used it a bunch, and it's kind of cool technology.
We had a training session on that. I think you were gone that day. But I think he did write a story, and then he would just change, write a story that's funny, write a story that's sad, and then there's certain links that pop up in there. So that's a great way for scammers to get in there and take care of it. So just just make sure you're not clicking on it, and you can always go to a different, click on another tab in your browser and click on
directly.
that link and check it out, just to make sure, and it'll pop up if it's a scam or not too.
I'll say same with text messages too. So emailing, still prevalent, still popular, but now people are texting even more than they're emailing so often. So, and companies do use emails, or text messages. Sometimes I'll get a text from Amazon saying that my package is coming due, and that's a legitimate message. But I've gotten some that look like an Amazon that I know is not accurate because I didn't order anything. I checked Amazon, didn't order anything. It's click here to see your tracking information. So there's now text. They're using text messages and other newer forms of technology to try to get you to click on stuff and give them information. It's, it can be a little scary. A lot of it's legitimate, but there is some stuff you should be aware of. So
yeah, and the big thing is they're always going to come from companies that They're Apple, Amazon, your phone company, your electric, your internet company. So they try to do that because they know that most people have one of those companies. So they're just trying to better their odds of someone clicking on those links and giving them payment information. And then the big two things is that they're either going to say it has to happen now, like immediate action for payment, or they're going to offer some sort of like prize or reward, which Jane has a little story on.
Yeah, when Lauren was little, she had access to the internet, and she came running into my room, and she's like, Mom, I won a free iPad. And I was like, no.
No, you didn't. It's too good to be true. It probably is too good
It's
to be true.
still coming, right? It's on the way.
Right.
I was not so little and fell for one of those ones where
What was that, last week?
it was like you follow these steps and you can win a PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3. I don't know how long ago it was, but
You were all over that.
and I just was like, did this. By the time I was done, a couple hours later, I think I've subscribed to like 3 different magazines and all this different stuff, and I never did get that PlayStation. I'll just say that. Maybe it's still coming. I don't know. I doubt
I'll
it.
have to talk to Abby about that gift in Christmas.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and you can actually go on the Federal Trade Commission, so it's ftc.gov. They have a lot of good information if you just want to learn a little bit more about this and how to protect yourself. And one thing that I've done, which it's a little bit of a nuisance, but in the long run it helps. I actually have, if I pay for something that's not a normal payment, it's not like an auto pay, it'll actually text my phone and have me put in a code for my credit card. And that's one way where I know that if it's a purchase that's not me, I'm going to get a notification right away. So you can set that up. It's better to be safe than sorry. It takes an extra 2 seconds, but in the long run, it helps. And
Hey, did you guys notice the Vibrant van just
Install
drove by?
truck that just went
it's
by?
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we didn't even plan that.
wow.
I know, right?
I know you were listening over the radio. You didn't get a chance to see it, but it did just go by the window.
we're not just making it up.
Yeah. And similarly, like Bo mentioned, a lot of companies are going to 2-step authentication now. So if you try to log into something, it may send you a text to verify who you are. It's just another level of security so that if someone out there had your email and password, without having your phone and getting that text, they can't get in. So if you have the chance to set up 2-step authentication on some of your programs, it would probably be a good idea to do that for next level of protection. So, and then if you have more questions or you're interested in learning more about scams, something to be aware of, or you have a question about a different topic or a suggestion, if you're interested in an internet product or your Vibrant questions, we have an email set up just for those kinds of questions referring to the radio show here. So certainly email us. It's Vibrant, the letter U, live.com. So it's Vibrant U live at meeker.coop. And if you missed part of today's radio show or you're interested in listening to a previous one, we do post these on our Facebook and our YouTube page, usually the day after we air them on KLFD. So
And you can see us.
and you can actually see us, which
You can see
could
the
be
van driving by.
exactly.
There you go.
I can't wait for the van to show
Yeah,
up.
I know. It'll be a nice.
We'll do it in
It's
slow
the van.
motion.
I don't know if seeing us is a good thing or a bad thing, but
let you decide.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, absolutely check us out on Facebook or YouTube, and as always, listen first on KLFD on Wednesdays at 10:30.
Yeah, you can give us a call at the office at 693-3231 or visit the website, vibrantbroadband.com. We have all kinds of information there and information about online safety and how to protect yourself from the things we talked about today.
And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to be vibrant?
I want to be vibrant. I am vibrant.
We are vibrant. We are definitely vibrant. So Randy, thanks for having us. KLFD, I'm having a problem with that today. Thanks for having us. And audience, once again, thank you for listening. I'm Jane.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Bo.
So tune in next week for another Vibrant You Live.
Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new. We've a lovable space.
Vibrant Broadband. It's snorting fast.